Okay, the final step is that we need to create that invoice, so that we're just going to combine some data from all of the tables together. So we're going to make a new layout, and I'll do this from scratch with you. So new layout, we want it to be on this one on a touch device for the iPad, and we'll call this our customer invoice. And we'll start by showing records from the customer list. We'll base it on that one, and then we'll add in some related fields from related tables. And then we can get rid of this. So the first thing that we need to do is go into our field picker, and from our customers table, we want to drag out first name and last name. We don't necessarily need their username. We would like their address, city, state, zip, phone. We can work on alignment. So that's all their sort of general data. From what we also will need, and I'm going to put that on the other side eventually, we're going to need the coffee ordered and the coffee ID and the quantity ordered. So just start building that on the other side, and we can move things around as need be. Just to make this fit better, I'm just going to change that into quantity. And let's put a text box on the top. Nespresso customer invoice. And you can add any formatting that you like. Go ahead and exit the layout and save it. Just make sure that it is starting to populate with data. And so we've got just our main customer data, the coffee ID, and the quantity. So that's the first step. The next thing that we want to add on is the pictures and the coffee name and the price. So we'll get that from our related table, our coffee IDs table. So I'm going to bring out the coffee name and the picture and the price. And then we can work on some alignment here. I'm just using the auto guides for right now. We can use more exact alignment to make it really good later. Needs to be scooted down a bit. All right, let's just see if that is populating with data. And yes, because the fields are related, it knows that this person ordered coffee ID 8, which is dark on. There's the picture, that's the price, and it already knows the quantity. So we're starting to build some a relational invoice using our related tables. The next thing that we need to do is then add on those calculations. And what I might do for this one, we'll do that later, sorry. I was going to say we can move it around, but you all can make your formatting look a little bit nicer. So if we go into, we need to bring out our GST first. So if we bring out our GST rate, from the GST table, Again, I'm going to check at each stage that it's actually, my relationships are actually working, and make sure that it's populating that GST rate. So yes, I've got some from AC, which is at 125, and then when I go into New South Wales, it's 0.1. And we'll look at the formatting of these later as well, so that we've got sort of price and percentage where it makes sense. Okay, I'm going to pause it there. And then we need to bring out our subtotals, our calculations that we've made. So if we go into our invoices, and we'll need to bring out all these fields at the bottom. So subtotal, delivery charge, GST, total signature. We'll add those to the bottom. And if you want to just move the signature somewhere else, that's fine, where it fits on your page. Let's see if we can align this just a little bit better. For the arrangement, I'm not going to go over this in these videos, but you can work on arranging it. We will look at the formatting. So, exit layout, let's see if our calculations have come through. Yes, all of that has come through. That will be a place for a signature. So if this was a touch device, the person could use their finger or a pen, stylus, and put in a signature field. Put in their signature right into the field. And the last thing that we need to add before we look at some formatting of the fields is to put on our invoice number. So then changing into our invoices table, and I put my invoice number up at the top. And just get rid of the underscore there. And let's just check that that has come through. Yes. So we've pretty much built our customer invoice. Then it's just some formatting. So for example, the price, if we go into our inspector and we go into our data tab, the price would be better if it was formatted in currency. And with the currency, we want a fixed number of decimals too. That's what we usually have. And we will do the same thing for the GST, and I can use my shift click to select the GST, the subtotal, delivery charge, GST on the order, and the total. So I'm selecting all of those at once, and I can change those into currency with 2 decimal places. I realized that I shouldn't have had the GST rate. That one actually, that should be a percentage. So I'm just going to select that one separately by itself now and change that into percent. So with a fixed number of decimals. So I'll check that, exit the layout, and see if we have the right formatting. Only the GST rate hasn't come through properly. I'll just check that. It was coming through. GST in my inspector, format, percentage. Yes, that's what it was, with 2 decimal places. I'm not sure why that's not working on this particular one. And it was working just fine before. For right now, I'm just going to put it back to general and see that it appears. Yes, and it is showing up, so I'm not sure why, and it's working for our calculation, and it showed up as a percentage for me, so I'm not sure why it's not showing up properly in that particular instance. But well, I'm going to leave that for right now so that I can publish this video for you, and you should be able to then have a complete package.